I'm Jen, and you've got to say my name 3 times before I'm given corporeal form. This week's video is another plan with me, which you may be saying to yourself, how in the middle of a pandemic do you plan for anything? And the answer is you can't.
Perhaps I'm tempting fate a bit, considering the last time I did a plan with me video, it was in March, and we all know how that ended up. But you can always try, and that's what we're going for here. Sometimes when things seem totally out of control, it helps to grasp at whatever you can to keep pushing through. Once, after the second worst breakup of my life, I got an iced tea cap with a quote from Winston Churchill, and it went like this: "When you're going through hell, keep going." And I think about that a lot, especially in times like these. So I have tried to plan for July, and that fell apart almost immediately, as Sebastian was hospitalized at the end of June for a week. In my bullet journal, I outlined the month like I normally do, added a Beetlejuice theme for some summertime spooky vibes, and added a list of fanfiction AU prompts I found somewhere on the internet. I think Tumblr, but it's from Reddit, I guess. I'm not really entirely sure. But the challenge is for August, hence the AU theme, which stands for Alternate Universe, in case you didn't know that. I figured I could spend a little time each day, maybe 15 minutes to a half hour, creating a little drabble, and then spend next month editing and posting them. I have started that process, I promise. I'm just 8 days behind at this point. So when Seb went into the hospital, that meant I was at home with his twin sister and by myself in the middle of a pandemic with no one around or available to help. And even if they were, my anxiety probably wouldn't let them because it's a pandemic and there are babies. So that means a whole week of what should have been helpful, productive, useful time turned into basically watching a baby and freaking out that I wasn't watching a baby correctly. Because believe it or not, even after you become a parent and spend time doing parenting, nothing ever lets you think you're doing it well enough. I penciled in the themes for this month's YouTube videos, but as you can tell, things have already gone off course, due largely to losing my 4 days of work over the July 4th holiday. So today I sat down and tried to refocus the month, figure out where I'm going, what's actually reasonable to expect to get done, and to finish recording these voiceovers for this video. So I went through, I changed the YouTube themes for the rest of the month to accurately reflect the videos that I'm going to shoot. I added some specific notes to my monthly goals, especially which 4 books I actually want to read this month, because my goals for the month are to read 4 books, to participate in Camp NaNoWriMo, and to complete the Instagram challenge that I started. I tried scribbling out Camp NaNoWriMo and then thought about it and decided that trying to keep up with my AUs is going to be my Camp NaNoWriMo goal for the month, so I left it there. Then I decided to add a little color while I thought about my AU prompts. I chose different universes to play with based on which ones I thought would kind of mash up with the prompts, but I'm also considering trying to do Stranger Things for as many of them as possible. But some of them actually apply to Stranger Things, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with that. I didn't spend a ton of time planning for July, and that's because things could change again at any moment. And I know that Sebastian will be back in the hospital at the beginning of August for a surgery that we didn't expect. So who knows what I'll be able to get done, and what deadlines I'll be able to meet, and whether or not other things will pop up in the meantime. But it doesn't look like this pandemic is going anywhere anytime soon. And even as businesses start to open back up again, and we're being told that we can go more places and gather in larger groups, with a special needs kid who is highly susceptible to any kind of virus, I'm not taking those chances. If you fall in that category of not wanting to take any chances, that's completely okay. It doesn't mean you have to give up everything about your life pre-COVID. It just means that you should be realistic about the things that you're planning to do that may all completely fall apart. This week on Advice Jen can dish out, but she can't take. Stop wasting time making to-do lists. You know what you've got to do. And that doesn't mean ditch the idea of to-do lists entirely. Today I was thinking about reading a bunch of the newsletters that I get in my inbox, which are titled Funds for Writers. And the reason that I hesitate to read these newsletters is because I typically take the information that I get from them that's useful and put it into a spreadsheet. And that is a waste of time. Pandemic planning means that we have to use whatever time we can get. If that means I have 15 minutes while the babies are both asleep, I need to use that in order to send a pitch out now. I can't hesitate. I really need to ditch the idea of creating pointless spreadsheets and, at the very least, get some more work out there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you've been planning for July, or maybe for next week, or maybe just for tomorrow or the next hour. Whatever it is, follow through on it, and whatever you do get done, I'm proud of you. Don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button if you want to get more content from me on writing life every 2 weeks. You can find information about where to find me on other social media sites in the description below. Thanks, guys. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Are you always this articulate?
Hercules. My name is Hercules.